Welcome into Yulman Stadium. I'm here with Saints Hall of Famer Tyrone Hughes. All right, Tyrone, let's talk about Calvin Johnson, Lions' big-time receiver. Megatron, 6'5", 230, 235. Talk about how you contain him. I know it's kind of hard to contain a guy that big.
It's really hard to contain Calvin Johnson, and it also depends on what type of cornerback you are. You know, are you an aggressive press-type corner, or do you just have the speed as a smaller guy? So you have to have a plan of attack every time you line up against him to know how you're going to cover him, depending on the coverage that you're in.
All right, I'll play Calvin Johnson real quick. You can play Delvin Breaux, because I'm assuming that's who...
Now, Delvin's a different type of guy. Delvin's more physical. He has that arena football mentality, Canadian football mentality. So Delvin Breaux is going to always play basically press man. And the one thing with Delvin Breaux is he does what's called a back pedal out of his stance. So as you're coming off the ball, he's backing up to where now he can get his hands on you or at least try to cut you off. And that, in his situation, that's how he plays a lot of his guys, and he feels that nobody's going to run by him, so he's able to stay with you a lot longer and have a great man coverage. Now, sometimes he may adjust it when he comes back and say, okay, I'm going to get up here, and now knowing Calvin Johnson is a bigger receiver but not as fast as he comes off the ball, he may want to try to attack him, and whichever way he goes, now he's going to fight with him. And this would used to get him in trouble earlier in the season where he was still holding and grabbing. He's learned to let go and actually just basically now become a cover guy and one of the best cover corners, I think, in the NFL right now.
And that Delvin Breaux actually said that, you know, that's one of the things he's worked on as the season has gone on, is penalties. So this is a guy I'm sure he's going to have to be careful with. Let's talk about how he high points the ball, Calvin Johnson. It doesn't hurt that he's 6'5".
Exactly, and that's where, as a cornerback, you have to understand what coverage you're in, how you're going to play Calvin, and I have to come to the line with a plan of attack. So either I'm going to press him or I'm going to backpedal out, but let's say I'm going to backpedal out as you come off. I know Calvin Johnson is taller than me, and he's going to use his hands and his body well. So as he comes off the ball, I'm going to pedal out and try to get my hands on him, but now I have to literally fight because the ball is going to probably be higher. I have to jump and fight with him the whole time. Now, hopefully I won't get those pass interference penalties called on me because it is going to be, in order for Delvin Breaux to match up against Calvin Johnson, press man, he's going to have to be physical with him the whole game. And that's something that's going to be hard to do because, again, you're going to get the back shoulder fades, you're going to get the high thrown balls. He's going to be jumping a lot in this game.
They say the most dangerous guy in the red zone is a tight end, right? This guy is the size of a tight end.
Has the tight end, has the body of a tight end.
The height of a defensive end, right?
And he can go up and get it.
Tell me how you want, what you want to do with him inside of the red zone, maybe inside the 5 or 10 yard line.
If you're, again, having a plan of attack, I never want, and that's what I'm thinking, because I never want to press a guy from the 5 yard line to the goal line. I will sit off personally inside shade and I'm reading the quarterback, because if they're going to throw the fade, I'm going to see it right now and I can go and break to it. But I can also play that back shoulder fade if that's the case, because I always want to turn to the receiver in the red zone. I never want to turn my back to him. I always want to see him, because if they, and knowing that with Calvin Johnson, there's the possibility in the red zone to throw that back shoulder fade. I want to make sure I have my hands on him. I can see where the quarterback is going, and now I can go up with him. But again, I'm still at a disadvantage because he's 6'5".
Let's just say that this is the type of guy who needs double coverage, or can you go one-on-one with this guy?
I think Delvin Breaux, because Calvin Johnson doesn't have the speed anymore, can go one-on-one with him, but again, he has to be physical. It's going to be hard to stop him. You can't shut him down. Hopefully you can minimize his catches, but he's going to have to be physical at Johnson's point of attack with his hands and actually ripping the ball out.
Now, you faced some pretty good receivers in your time. Compare Calvin Johnson to anyone you faced, and how tough are those guys?
Well, again, never faced Calvin Johnson, but from what I've seen, he's definitely one of the best receivers, obviously, in the NFL. I've faced Jerry Rice. I've faced Chris Carter. I've faced Herman Moore, which is taller guys in the same body frame as he has. I couldn't get it done against them. Did a good job, not a great job, but did a good job against them. Limited their catches, but they didn't score touchdowns on me, but they did catch the ball.
What's that saying you had about Chris Carter?
Oh, I was covering him, but he still made the play.
Saints Hall of Famer Tyrone Hughes.